Hello and welcome to Retro Gaming Swede. My name is Oskar and today I'll show you my latest gaming related pickups. As usual, we'll start off with the newest stuff and move on all the way back to the NES. So, keep with me to the end. The first thing I've gotten this past month is the Super Retrocade by Retrobit. I really like this little console. It's got a ton of great games on there. All the Final Fight games, Mega Man 1, 2 and 3. Bionic Commando, both the NES and the arcade version. The R-Types. Tons of great games. And this is how it looks. Small, white and nice. And a bonus is it's got component input. So if you want to go real old school and hook it up to an old TV, you can do that. And another thing, it's got an SD card slot. And that is something I will show you in a later video, what you can do with that. The next thing is the Commodore 64 Mini. I really like this one. And with the newest firmware you can actually put as many Commodore 64 games on this one as you want. It's absolutely amazing, although you should get another joystick, because the joystick you get with it just doesn't feel right. Anyway, this is a really solid buy if you like Commodore 64 games. Next up, hardware wise, is a Mega Drive Mark II. I got this pretty cheap, so now I can finally put it together with my Mega CD too. So I'll shrink the whole package down a bit. After that, we have some PlayStation 1 games. Let's start off with a game called Big Air. This is one of those extreme sport games that showed up in droves back in the day. But it's not as good as all of those, like Tony Hawk and Cool Borders. Next up, we have Spider-Man.
That's a web cartridge.
The Neversoft game. This is supposed to be pretty decent, but yeah, I haven't played it that much, so I don't really know.
It's tingling.
Actually, I haven't played it past the tutorial section, so I'm gonna have to dig into that a bit more. Next up, we have a real classic in my book, Theme Park World. This game is absolutely amazing. Of course, you're supposed to build a theme park.
Ticket prices are steal. Have you thought of raising it?
And attract visitors and make as much money as possible. So don't forget to salt your fries and ice your soda. That's really important to maximize profits. Next up, we have a game that doesn't really need any further introduction. Wipeout 3. Yeah, this game is absolutely amazing, really fun, great, superb and everything. Absolutely fantastic futuristic racer. Then we move on to the Mega Drive. Here we have PGA Tour Golf. It's golf. Next up on the Mega Drive we have Mega Games 6 Volume 2. The first Mega Game Volume is a lot better. This one has World Cup Italia, which absolutely suck. Alien Storm, which is okay. Super Monaco GP, which is okay. Super Thunderblade, yeah, it's a classic. Super Hang On, which is also okay. It's not great. And Collins, which is a puzzle game. Mega Game 6 Volume 1 is better than Volume 2 because it has both Golden Axe and Streets of Rage, so yeah, you can't beat that. Next up we have a nice little action RPG called Light Crusader. This is a pretty decent action RPG. Absolutely recommended if you can find it for cheap. It's not super expensive normally either, but sometimes it can jump up in price. I don't know why. But yeah, it's really fun. Superb game. Next up we have another really crappy game. FIFA Soccer 96. Yeah, it's soccer. And it's crap. Next up we have Populous 2. Two Tribes. I remember playing some of the Populous games back in the day. But the Mega Drive version, I just can't remember how to play these games. And unfortunately, there's no manual in it. But I think I'm gonna have to check that out more in depth, because I remember having a lot of fun with one of the Populous games back in the day. Well, it's a strategy game, sort of. God strategy of the old school variant. Next up we have a real racing classic, Road Rash 2. If you don't know what this is, these games are absolute classics, and if you have a Mega Drive or Genesis, these games are must buys. You're supposed to get to the finish line without getting caught by the cops, crash too much, and you can hit your opponents. It's super fun and a real must-buy for the Mega Drive. Next up we have Rocket Knight Adventure! Yeah, this is just amazing. Absolutely stunning game. Looks great, plays awesome. Super fun. A real must-have for the Mega Drive 2. Next up, we move on to the NES. And we'll start off with another Konami classic, Russian Attack. Also called Green Beret in certain regions, I think. Anyway, this is also really solid game. I played it a ton when I grew up. Also super duper hard. And I don't know why, if you send someone to take out big army bases of your enemy, why don't you give him a big gun instead of a tiny knife? That's just weird to me. Anyway, it's a really solid game, and also a must-have on the NES. Next up, we have a game from the Black series of NES games, Slalom. This is actually made by Rare. This is sort of a game that's fun in short bursts. It's not fantastic, but if you like staring at an orange ass for half an hour, play this. Why not? Next up, we have a real classic game, Gauntlet. Yes, this is actually the first of my my Tengen games for the NES. I don't have any other of these. As you see, they don't look like the same as other games. But yeah, this is a real classic. Should be played. Absolutely be experienced. Super fun game. Next up, we have a game I absolutely love. Tiny Toon Adventure. Really fun game. You can switch characters in the levels, and they have different abilities. The cat can climb, the duck can fly, Task can just, a whirlwind thing. Next up, we have one of the Disney afternoon show classics, Tailspin. Yeah, no, this isn't as good as maybe Chippendales and the others, but still really solid. Really fun shoot 'em up. My only gripe with it is probably that your bullets fly really slow. Otherwise, it's really fun. Absolutely recommended. And yes, I am working on acquiring all of the afternoon collection games, but the last two are really expensive for some reason. Anyway, now we'll move on to the weird stuff. First off, I got this together with the other Mega Drive game, so I didn't pay anything for this, which I'm happy about. Is Mega Man X3 on the Mega Drive. Yeah, this game is not supposed to be at all. It's not supposed to exist, because the only Mega Man game made for the Mega Drive is the Wily Wars. So yeah, this is probably off of Wish or something like that, or another Chinese place. Next up, we have the absolute classic Lord of the Rings 3. Yeah, that's a weird one, right? This is also some sort of copy of a bootleg game. Really weird one. It's a fighting game set in the Lord of the Rings universe. And yeah, as I said, it's some sort of bootleg. Not that great. Looks pretty decent, but it doesn't play that great. Next up, we have 115 in one. Yeah, I actually really like to pick up these old school bootleg collections. And as you see, it's super new. Yeah. This is actually one of the best ones I've found. Most of the games are actually just their games. And there's a whole heap of classics on here. There's Adventure Island, there's Popeye, there's Galaxian, I think, yeah. Pac-Man. Dig Dug, Devil World, Clu Clu Land, Star Soldier. Yeah. As I said, not all of these actually include as many games as they say. Most are just the same game over and over, but with different difficulties and stuff like that. But this one actually has at least close to 115 games, which is kind of cool. Anyway, that was all my pickups this month. What do you think? Do you hate the Retrobit stuff? The Retrobit Retrocade? Or the Commodore 64 Mini? Or maybe you hate Wipeout 3? I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Or if you want any specific games to be featured on my channel, please tell me in the comments too. It really helps when I try to plan things. And, yeah. So anyway, that's all for today. I hope I'll see you again. Thank you. And goodbye.